Babe. Babe. Time. Don.
Cheney. Litule.
Documentary.
The.
Paddle.
Boat. Little.
Tame.
Dezember. Die doppia voto sendingine.
We had a reason why we were calling it Asses and Elbows. I have no idea why. It was a terrible name, and then we were just sitting around and we were like, oh man, this sounds terrible. We got to change this. And I don't know, I came up with the paddle boats, plural, and it was like, yeah, that fits, that's cool. You know, it's kind of like twee music and lighthearted, cool. And then Matt left to Berkeley, and I was like, oh, fuck, what am I going to do now? And so I changed it to the paddle boat, singular. And that's it. I was really happy when I wrote that song. It was when we lived at the house in Kensington, and I was sitting on the porch watching that guy ride his bike across the street. He rode across the street every day without his hands, just like with his head back. And he had super long hair and it would float, and I was like, oh man, that's awesome. I don't know, it feels kind of like tropical and warm and humid. I don't know, that's how I feel about that song.
Diesen first kernel.
Of an idea.
That becoming a little info.
I just discovered the 6th chord, so I was like playing this chord with the 6th note in it, and I was just playing it. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I really like that, because the sound is like very mellow and kind of tropical sounding to me. And yeah, I was just like playing that over and over with that finger picking progression, and then the other chords just kind of followed quickly after that, very naturally.
What is
Das Tonerhof.
Little Tim.
Is the video so good?
Yes.
I don't know, it's a really like easy song to listen to. Everything's pretty like smooth sounding in it. I don't know, the beat just like pushes you and pulls you, you know, in a way it's like rocking, kind of. Not like rock and roll, but like you'd rock a baby.
The recording process of
this sang? Yo!
We just opened a program and synthesized a beat with some bongos, so like hand percussion stuff, and then found this typewriter sample with like, you know, and we put that in there. And somehow we stumbled on some kind of setting, a certain reverb setting that we could never replicate after that. I don't know what it was, but we're just like, fuck, that sounds so good, oh my god. And so yeah, the beat, we just had this like loop going, and I recorded the guitar to it easily, and then I played that lead guitar on like an SG coming out of this huge Marshall amp, which is ridiculous because it's so like mellow and quiet. But yeah, it came really fast. We probably recorded the whole thing in like 3 hours. And then, yeah, it's cool.
Jeremy Scott on the process
of writing at Little Time.
Is the video so good? Yes. Oh. I thought you turned it off. But yeah, so when I write, it always starts with the chords and a melody, you know, try to get a melody out of the chords, and then a word or a phrase will pop in there
Time.
by itself, basically, without me having to think about it. So I'll be like, oh, that's good, I like that, I'll build off that. And that's exactly what was the whole time, playing those chords over and over. And just the melody with those words, like with
At
a little
little
time,
time.
was like right down. I was like, oh, good, I didn't have to think about that, that's nice. And so, yeah, the song was super easy and just kind of like came out instantly. I like it when that happens a lot.
De laan zoomat man.
Like you were saying, some artists write their words first. That's insane to me. I have no idea how you would do that, because the melody, like the way the words fit and flow in the melody is, I wouldn't know how to do that without singing them. And yeah, that's crazy to me. Dylan's a madman. Definitely.
Who has your writing process?
Change over at little time.
It's changed. I'm a little more neurotic about it. Before I was just so happy to like write a song, any words that like came out, that was it. Those are the words. I'm picking them, and I like that. I like the words that came out, and now when I'm writing, I'll kind of like freak myself out a little bit, because I feel like I don't want to do anything that's not as good as something that I've done before. So I'll think really hard about, okay, what am I going to sing about? It's got to be really, really good. And it just ends up driving me crazy, and I don't write anything. So in some ways it's gotten worse, even though I've learned so much more about music and songwriting. In some ways it's gotten better, in some ways it's gotten worse.